first time, I got two types of problems to go over. The first one is determine between which two consecutive integers the real zeros lie. Now, what they're really wanting you to do is to be able to look at a T-chart and tell where your zeros are going to be, okay? So I kind of made up a pretend T-chart, okay? I'm pretty sure you could probably never find a function that had these points on it, but anyway, here they are. No. We could do a regression, but... Okay, so here's what I'm going to ask you. Determine, you tell me, first of all, what does consecutive mean? Yeah, one right after the other one. All right, and an integer is just no what? No fractions and no decimals. Okay? So when I look for zeros, am I looking at the x's or the y's? Who am I going to write? The x's or the y's? The x's. These are going to be where the zeros are between which of these numbers over here. Now, how am I going to tell? Somebody tell me the first one. Between what? See what? -2 and negative... Okay, between -3 and -2. Now, how did Leslie know that there's a zero between -3 and -2? Yeah, it had a sign change, right? It went from a negative to a positive. Guys, if you're on a graph and you went from -3, -40, way down here, to -2, +3, way up here, guess what it had to do somewhere in between that point, those 2 points? It had to cross the x-axis. Okay? Where's my other one? Between 1 and 2. Now, is that hard to do? That's not hard, is it? Now, this one has 2 zeros. Does that mean that it has to be a quadratic? What could it be? What could it be? It only has 2 zeros. It could be what? Anything bigger? Could it be a cubic? That's right. It can't be a cubic, guys. Okay? Could it be a 4th degree? Yes. Could it be a 5th degree? Could it be a 6th degree? What are y'all telling me? That's even degrees. Why?
Oh, it ends the same way.
Well, that's one thing, but what about those? If it's a 4th degree, okay, it has 4 solutions. How come it only has 2 zeros? 2 are imaginary. And imaginary roots or solutions come in what kind of pairs? Conjugate pairs. Very good. Conjugate pairs. Good job. All right, so now what I want you to do is I'm going to give you an equation. Here's yours. Y is equal to x to the third minus 3x, I wrote 2, sorry, minus 3x squared minus 7x plus 1. And I want you to tell me between what 2 consecutive integers my zeros lie. Okay? So you do it. I'll give you just a minute. Where are you going to put that equation, guys? In your calculator, in y equals. And look at your T-chart. Okay? So it'll be just like this problem. Okay, y'all got it? Let me see. There he is. Hey, Kane.
What'd you draw? Huh? What'd you draw?
I bet you drew a good picture. Oh, look at there.
I have drawn one. I did not like that game.
Alright, so I put it in y is equal to x raised to the third minus 3x squared minus 7x plus 1, and then I'm going to look at my t-chart. Now, what am I looking for? Y'all listen to me. If someone's watching this video and they are like going, I don't know what they're doing, what are you telling them to look for? All you have to find is what? Sign change where? In the y's. That's all you're looking for, the sign change in the y's. Now, let's say that I see one sign change here, okay, and I see another sign change here. Let's say I'm like, I wonder if that's all of them. Is there any place I could look and see if that was all of them? Yeah, y'all, you can look at your graph, okay? I mean, they actually want you to look at a T-chart, and I'm going to say that, I mean, they could even go so far as to put a T-chart, like I did on the problem, the first problem, and say, hey, could you tell me between what two consecutive integers the zeros lie, all right, or lay? They're between, okay? So, it's between, I'm saying there must be one between -2 and -1. Looks like there's one between 0 and 1 and 4 and 5. Okay. Oh, see, that one was so bad I couldn't, my pen got stuck. Okay.
It just moved.
Oh. Yay, thank you. All right. So, I'm going to have to go up some, right? There must be another one up here. All right, so here's one. And y'all, that's all you're going to have to write on your, there's problems like this on your worksheet, on your review. There's problems like this on the test. So you're going to say between what? -2 and -1. What's going to be a common mistake somebody's going to make? Yeah, they're going to say right here, because you're looking at the y's, but you're writing down the x's, okay? These change signs, that tells me there's a 0 in between these two, okay? There's another one between 0 and 1, and then you can keep going down. And there's another one. Oh, you just ran off. Hello, stop. Got a little carried away. There's another one between 4 and 5, because there's another sign change. Okay? Anybody got a question? Okay, so let's do the next type of questions that we're going to have. Now I'm going to say these are going to be the most difficult ones. I'm going to start off pretty easy, and then I'm going to get progressively a little bit harder. Okay? No. All right, so here's the first one. I'm going to call it example 4, and we're going to do for A, B, C, and D, and then I'm going to add 3 problems to your worksheet. Okay? So here's 4A. These are going to be the directions for all of the next problems that we're going to do. Write a polynomial function thank you. Write a polynomial function with real coefficients. That really doesn't have a lot to do with us, but they're going to put that in there. You know, sometimes they put stuff in there and you're like going, that doesn't affect my problem. You know, I understand they put that stipulation in there, but it doesn't really affect what I do with the problem. Okay? With real coefficients that has zeros at 2 and -3. Okay, so like just like I said, guys, this one's going to be pretty easy. If 2 is a 0 or if 2 is a root, I could call it a lot of things. I could call it a 0, I could call it a root, I could call it an x-intercept, I could call it solution, all right? All of those things are the same. But if 2 is the root, what's the factor? X minus 2. Very good. If -3 is the root, what's the factor? X plus 3. All right, and then you're just going to multiply those two factors. Kane's paying attention. All right, so x plus 3. And then you're just going to multiply these. What method you're going to use? The full method, which is first times first gives you x squared. What do the outers give you? 3x. And the inners? Negative 2x. What's 3x minus 2x? Plus x. And last times last? Minus 6. So this is my function. Kind of like playing Jeopardy. I'm giving you the answers. You give me the problem. Now, could I check this problem and know that it's right? Yeah, y'all. Put that in y equals and make sure it crosses the x-axis at 2 and negative 3. Or you can plug those numbers in and make sure you get 0. Okay? All right. So, all right. What if I make one like this? This is dadgummit. What?
X plus whatever, X minus.
Because you were touching it at the same time I was trying to erase. Okay, so here's the next one. This is 4B. Come on, little pen. Stay with me. I got one class left. Dadgummit. I haven't taught. Today I've only taught my PreCal classes. My algebra classes are working on something. So it's not gotten warmed up. All right, so 4B. But lately he's just been cruddy anyway. All right, so these are my roots. 1, negative 1, and 3i. Okay, so let's talk about it. If 1 is the root, what's the factor? X what? Minus 1. If negative 1 is the root, what's the factor? X plus 1. Was I nice right there? Why? Because I gave you what? Conjugate. So it'll be really easy to multiply. All right? What about this one? What's this factor? Yeah, y'all don't change the rules in the middle of the game. Okay? If it's x minus the factor, then it's x minus the factor. I gotta just go up there. That's driving me crazy. I can't go up there because I can't talk because the microphone's back here. X minus 3i. Now, what do you know, people? What do you know? They're conjugates. So what does that mean?
Well, you square the first and square the last.
No.
No, not no. X squared plus 1.
Okay, y'all are not even connecting. I know y'all tested all morning. Thank you. Yes. Y'all, if 3i is a root, negative 3i. Remember, we said that just earlier in this classroom. Said, hey, complex roots come in pairs. And I said, what kind of pairs? And you said, conjugate pairs. Okay? So that was your opportunity to show me that you really knew that. Kane, thank you. No. Of course, last period is, all right. So this one's going to also be x plus 3i. Okay? Now, that's what they're going to do, guys. They're only going to give you one of them. Now, what else comes in conjugate pairs? Besides complex numbers, what about, anybody know? No, that is a complex number, an imaginary. Square roots. Those are irrational. That's like 1 plus 2 square root of 7. If I tell you that that's a root, what do you automatically know? 1 minus 2 square root of 7. Those come in conjugate pairs also. It all has to do with that quadratic formula and that plus or minus in front of the square root. Okay? All right, Kane. Hit the board. Okay. So, we're going to multiply these two together first. What is x minus 1 times x plus 1? Perfect. Okay? These are nice too.
X squared plus 1.
Oh, we did those yesterday and Friday. Some of you will recognize it. Some of you get in this mode right here and you go square the first minus square the last. And that's okay. But then you have to realize that what? Yeah, I'm just trying not to scream. I I may have made it work. Maybe it'll stay working for a long time. All right, that I squared is -1, this makes a plus. So actually what you're multiplying is x squared minus 1 times x squared plus 9. Can we fool this? Yeah, you can. So what's first comes first? What does the outers give you? Plus 9x squared? What do the inners give you? What's 9x squared minus x squared? Very good. 8x squared. I don't know what, I've never seen it. It absolutely will not stay connected. So, plus 8, I don't know. I don't know how.
Do you only record in our class?
I record y'all's class and 5th period.
Does it mess up when you record?
No, because the other class it doesn't. And what I generally see is that the longer that I'm on it, the more it starts to stay connected all the time. First period, it used to be first period would make me crazy. The kids even counted. We're like, okay, that's the 15th time you've walked up to the front of the classroom. And so I was like, that's okay, you know. Yeah, well, and they, oh, see, but
I was trying to figure out if you just sit there, it doesn't work. I didn't know if you just got tired towards the end of the day, so you didn't want to move your hand as much, but...
yeah, I don't know what it is. See, it's not even connected now. I don't know what you just did. I don't know. You did something.
Well, that's the problem.
That's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a problem.
I just push undo or something.
Zoomed out.
Oh, did we work the problem?
Zoom in.
Did we finish it? Yeah. Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
I think
No, because you did have the,
I think
yeah,
it.
but the writing didn't look like
you had a line under that right there, so it's different.
You didn't have a...
And I had all my stuff writing down.
And the
Keep
handwriting
going.
looks different.
Keep going left.
Because you had a line under this.
Yeah, that's not the right thing. There it is, right there. I don't know what you did.
Your
You.
handwriting changes during the day.
I'm writing bigger now.
Go back
Okay.
to it.
I don't know how to go back to it.
One more up, yeah.
How do I get off of this?
Click the check.
Oh no, Trey! What are you doing, Trey? You messed us all up.
I didn't click the check. You
Click the check. There it is.
No, that's the other one.
Oh my word.
It's gone.
Click undo.
Wait, go back to it?
You must have did the
Yeah,
layer.
go back to the blank page.
There it is, right there.
Click like the zoom out button.
There it is.
Oh.
Oh, now my pen's disconnected. I'm so sorry if you're looking at this YouTube video. You must go, what in the world? Hey. Miss Holt? Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're only joking me.
That's enough. That's enough.
That's loud when we take a
Kane, just shut the door so we'll be quiet.
They're loud. I'm going to say.
Okay, hush. Okay, so, and -1 times 9 is -9. So, she could be. I didn't think we were either, but it's him. Her sentences class is pretty rough.
Every time we're taking tests,
That's okay. It's okay. All right. So here's my answer. Okay. Now, could I check these? Could I check these?
Yeah.
no.
You are gonna talk to me. Put it in the calculator. Are you gonna be able to check all of these answers? Yeah. You're only gonna check these two right here. You're not gonna see that on the calculator. Okay?
You can plug it in for X on the calculator.
You could plug it in for X on a calculator, and it should give you 0. Very good. You're exactly right. Hey, y'all, your little rule that we learned, that y'all taught me yesterday, does not work. Just so, Kane, have to start recording another class. Dadgummit. No, it's not. Y'all's little rule doesn't work that y'all made up yesterday. Because I found one that it doesn't work.
What one?
But then one of the kids told me this is why it doesn't work. Okay, so this was y'all's thing.
Here, just give it. Don't even show us that. Just give it to us and see if we can figure it out.
Yeah, the one that doesn't work.
There's one.
That's what John said. He said it doesn't work because it's a prime number. And I said, oh, so it's one of those English rules? Like,
So it's one.
you can do it this way, except
So that means you want
for prime numbers. So, yeah, I'm not going to teach
So
it.
what's that one?
It was pretty cool. If it works, it's negative I. And so if y'all's little rule worked, it would be divisible by 3, and it's not. But if you know, you see if you divide it by 4, you get 28 and 3 left over, so 1, 2, 3. So it is negative I. And then we punched in the calculator. Huh? Because every 4 times you're starting over again.
No, I'm saying I don't get how that one doesn't work though. I don't think it's weird though.
Because it's a prime number. If it's not a prime number, y'all's little way did work. He doesn't have any factors. Yeah, I don't know either. Because that's why I was like going, when y'all were saying, and then when almost everybody in the class said, that's the way I was working it, I was like, whoa.
Is there like a certain point where there's no more prime numbers?
I don't know. I have no earthly idea.
You hide that.
I would
There's gotta
think,
be something.
no, I don't think there is.
Because all the numbers are like, they're from each other. They're all from the basic 9.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do one that's a little bit harder, okay? So these are my roots. This is 4C, okay? So I got 2 more problems, okay? 2 more problems. There's no way we can make that go away? No?
That's what I'm
The other minus.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't know that number. The last prime number has over 17 million digits.
I was gonna
Yeah.
watch this YouTube video, but I don't know if I want to now.
Oh, the one from yesterday?
No, this one.
Oh, this one? Yeah,
Do it
no.
tomorrow. You're going to be in class tomorrow.
It drives me crazy, yeah.
You'll hear the lesson tomorrow.
You're doing this again?
Why? Right here.
You should work on a worksheet.
Yeah, we should definitely.
Okay, so here,
Everybody's
yeah.
here?
Except for one person.
Soccer and then Caleb's coming.
Alright, so here we go. I could probably just teach them off by themselves, but anyway.
Well, I'm
So,
gonna take my test tomorrow.
did we start a problem?
No, we don't.
I gotta go up there. I can't, it's driving me crazy. It's making me insane. I just wanna scream someone.
We just talked about that.
Ah!
Good night. Okay, so 4C, here we go. The roots are 2, -1, and
4.
3 plus the square root of 5. Okay. So here we go. I can't just keep walking, making me crazy.
So this one comes on the conjugate.
Okay, so what's the other one?
Minus
3 minus square root of 5. Alright, so let's make up. Now y'all listen, this is one you better pay close attention to, okay? It's going to be more difficult. So what's my first factor? Alright, what's my next factor? Okay, what's this factor? Okay, and Leslie, I'm going to go and cover that for you so you won't go, I don't think that's right, Miss Davis. Okay, and you'll see that it'll be okay. Alright, so what's this one? Y'all, it's always x minus a -1, x minus 2, x minus this, x minus this. It's always x. Look, if a is your root, then x minus a is your factor. It's always that way, okay? So, dadgummit, Kane. Got too close to the edge.
Just keep your pen down the whole time, like whenever you while you're talking.
That doesn't make any difference. Kane messed me up.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just fixing the board.
Okay, so this one's x minus 3 minus the square root of 5. Okay, now this is what, I'm going to show you something. Some of you will understand it and some of you won't. Yeah, if you don't,
The root is 3 plus or minus the square root of 5.
it's disconnected again. I'm going to quit teaching. It's making me have hot flashes. Okay.
Okay, let's stop.
Okay. I'm not, because my pen is still not connected.
Let's just stop.
Well, if you have it still written up from last time, you can just like click back to it and we can look at it.
I know, but I don't like that. Okay? Alright, so here we go. I'm going to show you what it really looks like. Y'all, it really looks like this. X minus 3 plus the square root of 5 and x minus 3 minus the square root of 5. Okay, so this minus sign does what to all these signs? So he becomes x minus 3 minus the square root of 5, but he becomes what? So, that's a 5. So does the order that I write those down in, does it matter? Okay, it doesn't matter. So I'm not going to worry about it, all right? I'm just going to teach you just to write it down, okay? And then,
Why do you put it up every time?
because I think it makes it connect better. I'm just about to just chunk this stupid thing. I can't. I got in trouble already.
Why don't you get like a pillow to scream with you, so every time you come to scream.
Why don't you use the other board?
Because I have to, my other classes I walk up to the board and I just teach from the board. But I got this stupid microphone back here that I'm trying to talk into. Okay? No, it's barely got a cord long enough to reach to here. It's not, it's one of those cable things, and evidently they cost entirely too much money for us to get one. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to multiply these two together first. Now, y'all listen. Shh, look, I'm telling you, you better pay close attention to this. I'm going up to the board because I can't teach from back here anymore. It's already just ticking me off. If you can't hear me, so sorry. Hey, for you. All right.
There went your rating.
There went some of your subscribers.
Well, I already got 100, but doesn't matter. So, let's multiply this. Let's just spoil it. So you get first comes first, x squared. Outers is a 1x. Inners, there's my 1x. Here's my minus 2, so what do I get? Minus x, and then what? Minus 2. Okay, so here's when the problem comes in. When you're multiplying things like this, guys, you got to multiply everybody by everybody. Okay? Everybody by everybody. So this term, all this mess. This term, all this mess. This term, all this mess. If I could show you a way to do it really fast, a shortcut, you might call it, would you like it?
What is it?
Why would we say no to that?
Minus square root of 5?
Huh?
Why would we say no to that?
What is it? X?
I tried to make it really enticing. Were you listening? Okay.
Is it like x plus 9 minus 5?
No, here's what it's going to be. All right? What we're going to do is we're going to regroup. You know how the 3 was with the square root of 5? We're going to put the 3 with the x.
And then they can just
We
multiply the
did do
square root.
this last year. And last year in Algebra 2, this was a very difficult skill for you guys. So this year, you should be better at it.
Oh, I
All right? Now look, I'm even going to go so far as to color this, highlight it, so you see those things together. Okay? Now, why am I doing it? Why would I put those two things together? What have I created here?
They're not conjugates.
Perfect.
They are conjugates. It is this. These are the same thing. So it is the blue plus the square root of 5 and the blue minus the square root of 5.
Oh,
So now I have made conjugates, and we know how to multiply conjugates fast. How do you multiply conjugates? Square the first. And some of y'all can just square it, okay? And then minus, square the last. What's the square root of 5 squared? Okay? So now it looks like this. X squared minus x minus 2 times square x minus 3 and tell me what you get.
X squared minus x.
X squared plus 9. And then you got that little minus 5. You have to collect those like terms. Okay? So then it becomes this. X squared minus x minus 2 times x squared minus 6x plus 4.
Gonna multiply that out.
Okay, now first, before I go on, alright, I got a little frustrated back there, so I'm going to go back and tell you something. I'm going to give you half credit for the problem if you can do that. Okay? Which is really pretty generous, alright? It's still an F, right? I mean, you put an F on this problem, but it's better than me saying, hey, you've made a careless mistake somewhere down here. You lost all your points for the problem. Okay? So I'll give you half credit for this up here, and then I'll give you the rest of the credit if you can get the final answer down here. Now, what do I have to do now? Yeah, you got to multiply everything in here by everything in here. Okay? It's really, now listen to me, if it were a worksheet, I'd do it like in my head. I'd say, what's x squared times all of this mess? And then I'd say, what is negative x times all of this mess over here? And then I would check with my neighbor, right, and make sure it was correct. But it's not a worksheet, it's a test. So I'm going to write it all down. I'm going to be very organized. Okay? So I'm going to say, what is x squared times all of this? It doesn't matter which one you separate. You can separate any one that you want. Okay? Because really all I'm doing is systematically multiplying everything by everything. Negative x times all of that stuff. And then negative 2 times all of that stuff. Okay? Now, here, I'm going to take a little bit different approach. Normally, we just multiply all that stuff out and string it across our paper and collect like terms. Okay? But I'm going to go ahead and group my stuff together just by doing it vertically. It's going to make my problem a little bit easier for me. So what's x squared times x squared? X to the 4th. What's x squared times negative 6x? What's x squared times 4? Now here, I know personally that I'm famous, infamous, I guess you would say, for dropping signs. So I'm going to be really, really careful, and I'm going to be thinking, hey, that minus right there is going to change every sign right here. Okay? And I'm going to line my stuff up right here. So what's negative x times x to the 2nd? What's negative x times negative 6x? What's negative x times 4? That's the only thing about doing it here. Okay, now I'm going to do negative 2, and again I'm going to be really careful because I'm pulling that negative through there. So negative 2 times x squared is negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times negative 6x?
12x.
Negative 2 times 4. And that's what I'm doing. And I think it's easier this way, but you can do it however you want to. That makes a negative 7x to the 3rd. There's 10 minus 2 is 8x squared. There's a negative 4 and a 12 is an 8x and a minus 8.
That first one was just a...
I'm not, there could be 5 on this day. That's just not enough time. It takes a while to work one of those problems. So, maybe no, don't.
Holy cow.
No, I told y'all you're a fit fast.
Yeah, we're doing it tomorrow.
Test there, Thursday, here, Spanish, Thursday?
That's true. Okay,
No, maybe it's
so
Thursday.
let me give you your problem. Y'all want to discuss them and find them? They are. These are the problems, these 3 problems on the back of your worksheet. Okay? On the back of your worksheet, I added those to your problems so you can practice because there weren't any. And there are some on the test, okay? There are some on the test.
So your test is Thursday and Friday,
So my test is Thursday and Friday.
so can I take, I guess I need to take my parts on Thursday. I'll have to come in early on Thursday morning.
Okay.
Is it long?
I'm gonna stay, yeah, for next period, like I normally do. Okay. What do you have next period?
Spanish. I have a test on Thursday too. Also,
So,
Spanish
four?
and physics test.
There's not another day, there's not another, like tomorrow you don't have another class you aren't doing anything in or something, because yes, I testing.
This one. I mean, we're not.
Physics we're reviewing for a test he wants to be in. Wait, I already took it all.
Oh, you already took it all?
Well, I don't think you're.
Are you supposed to be in school then? You've been counted as a free class.
How will they know I'm not getting done?
Did they take attendance for you?
Because they go, yeah, and they're going to